So the I is going to be it'll tell you how many pulses you have on the ProWave handpiece A, how many pulses you've done on the B, C. It'll tell you how many pulses are on the ND YAG, so there's 0. There's been no pulses on that. You have your brightness, or that's the volume, this is the brightness. So you can turn this down if you don't want it as loud, or turn it up, whichever way you want. And then back to the main screen. This button will always take you back to the main screen, okay? So since we're doing hair removal, go ahead, let's choose that. And then she is a skin type
5, do you think? Or 4?
4. And we're doing the body. Okay, so we're not on the right spot size, so it tells you. Go ahead and switch it to a 10 millimeter, so you're just gonna kind of turn that. Yep, perfect. So it brings you to the parameters that you selected for her skin type and the area that we're treating. But we also have the laminated guidelines. Where are they?
There
Yeah. Okay, so this was for the ProWave LX. Okay. All right. Well, so we're here. So this is at the bottom of the selection, and then the pulse width, that's at the top of the selection. So let's go ahead and just look at the hair and determine like if it's very coarse and dark, or
Of course.
yep, it's coarse.
Medium course.
So let's do this. Let's just start here and see if we get a reaction, and you'll feel it. You'll feel like a little snap if you're getting something, and she'll feel it too. We'll kind of determine based.
Snap on the laser?
Well, you'll feel it. You'll see what I'm saying in a second. So this is the hertz. So that's as fast as you want to go, or as slow as you want to go. So 0, you're not going anywhere. So we'll put that. We'll just go to 0.8. And I think you can go to 1.5. Yeah. So we'll go to 0.8. So let's get a little bit of gel.
I'm nervous now.
Oh, don't be nervous.
Okay. Peppers and skin. Do it.
Okay, so for
Do you need a tongue depressor first or no? Just so you don't
Yeah.
think like that.
you can, but before we do anything, all of your goggles are fine. I'm gonna switch yours so that you can
Oh.
see better.
Because the blue ones?
But the green ones work for the ND YAG as well. Although the operator, it's nice to be able to see, and you can see a little bit better through those.
It's better than awful. Everyone always tells me stuff's not gonna hurt, and it hurts. They lie.
I feel it wasn't that bad. It was like a little sting. It kind of hurt in like the more sensitive areas, but for the most part, it's
Okay.
Okay, so
Let's
you
put
can
it this
go
way.
either way, this way or that way, or you can even go down like this, but you always want to pull in the direction of,
towards you.
yeah. So you don't want to go up. You want to pull because this is cooling before it pulses. The laser beam is going through that aperture right there.
Okay, so
So,
it's cooling. And
Yeah,
then-
you want to cool prior to each pulse. So you want to kind of pull either in this direction, or you can pull it down.
Yeah.
You just don't want to go up, and you don't want to go sideways.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta get it cool first.
Light skin?
So if somebody is very sensitive, the good thing about this handpiece is, and as well as the other one, you can, if you're doing a couple of pulses and you're pulling, and you can see she's flinching, you can kind of just go back up and cool, and then continue down here, and then you can cool it, and then
Mhm.
continue. Just kind of remember where you left off.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now, what's that much?
Is there a button on there, or do you use the foot pedal
It's
as
the
well?
foot pedal and the green button here.
The green button?
Yeah,
Okay.
to go it to go.
Sorry, excuse me.
So I want to just see how it feels first.
Me or her?
You.
Oh my god.
He's gonna be laughing at us.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Okey-doke, I will. Okay, but we're gonna go. You said go this way, be moving that way, and
Yep.
it just seems like
But
if
if
I
he's more
press down,
comfortable.
isn't it gonna zap right there?
Well, you can turn it this way.
Go back.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And just one shot at a time.
Well, let's just do one to see what kind of reaction she gets. Do you want me to? Let's press it. Hold on. I always do one pulse just to kind of see.
Did it do something?
No, not yet. It's not. Hold on. It'll
It's
sing
not
to you
pulled
when
yet.
it's ready. There we go.
Like that?
Yep.
You
Perfect.
feel anything?
Oh.
Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna lower the pulse duration a little bit. I'm just gonna go to 25. Let's try that.
Yeah,
There
I
you
felt
go.
that.
I got burned something.
And did you feel that snap? I mean, do you
Yeah,
feel the?
it snaps.
Yeah. So now we're getting a reaction.
I didn't feel a snap,
But when you.
but I can see the smoke.
Yeah. Okay, so that's good. That's a good sign.
No, so am I supposed to turn it down then, or what?
No, that's good.
So they're supposed to feel something.
A little bit. So on a scale of 1 to 5, usually I want somebody to be at a 3. As far as heat or uncomfortability, I never want to be at a 5. So if they say they're at a 5, we definitely need to modify. But 3 is good.
And modifying is increasing the fluence or whatever.
First, we always start with the pulse width.
Okay.
So let's say we've looked at our parameters and we've determined where we're going to be with the fluence, and we start the treatment and they're uncomfortable. We modify pulse duration first,
Increase that.
then we go. If that's not working, then we modify joules.
Up or down? Down. We went down,
Down.
joules, up the middle one. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the most uncomfortable.
It's like a 1.5.
Okay, so we're fine, and we're getting a reaction. We're seeing the smoke.
There's smoke?
Well, not, maybe a little bit.
Question.
Yes.
Do I want to be like going around the rim? Like if I just see her, this is where her hair grows, like following around that line there?
Well,
How do you like to do it?
I usually do it in lines, and that way I kind of know where I left off. So
Because
if I'm
Mhm.
standing right here, I would have gone just kind of like down like this, and then I would overlap about 20% with the other line,
Mhm.
down like that, and then I'd overlap about 20% down, and then just kind of like that.
Mhm. Okay. Now, at the meeting down in Atlanta,
Mhm.
do we want to get more gel on there, or is she okay?
I can put a little bit more. The meeting down in Atlanta.
Yeah,
What
she would just like basically paint. I mean, like going over with a Sharpie or something like.
That was Laser Genesis.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Gotcha.
Yep.
All right.
Oh,
Take
sorry.
That's all right. She's good.
Here.
Is it on my shirt?
No.
Oh, it's up here.
Focus on my finger. Alright. So, do you do any kind of sweeping motions like keeping the laser on, or no? Or you just always do pulse by pulse like this?
No, I would keep the foot depressed, but just as long as you have contact with the skin and you're perfect.
Ow.
make sure, like at the end there, it was just lifting up a little bit. Just make sure that it's always in full contact.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're lifting up. Just a little bit over more. That, yeah.
Over here. Does anybody else want to do this?
Oh hell no, Carlos! You are not touching me.
We can try it on this arm if you're okay.
Yeah,
with that,
Pepper can
too.
do it, but not Carlos. He'll hurt me intentionally.
Intentionally.
Ow, that hurts right there.
So you can see that this handpiece takes a little longer than the Pro Wave LX. But you get an amazing result with this one. So my darker skin types, you know, 4 through 6, I mean, really get a very nice result with this.
So that one's a wider surface area because
Yes.
it didn't feel like it was. It feels.
It feels like
you
it's.
would think it was like
I
that.
know, but it's actually it's a rectangle.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
cool
my
because I was
God,
sitting
that
there
would
going,
be good.
he just did 2
Right.
sweeps and I feel like there was just one little spot that was touched. You know, like just one little thin line.
Yeah, it feels that way.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this side is good.